After putting her son to sleep, Mira didn't lie down. She waited. She watched his chest rise and fall, slow and steady, as if memorizing the rhythm. His small hand rested near his face, fingers curled loosely, trusting the night to keep him safe. He was 5 years old, too young to understand endings, too young to know that some goodbyes are said without words. Mira quietly pulled a chair closer to the bed and brushed a strand of hair away from his forehead. "Sleep well," she whispered. "Don't wake up before the sun." She stood up, walked to the corner of the room, and took out a small cloth bundle. Inside were a needle thread and a pair of her son's clothes, a school shirt with a loose button and trousers torn slightly at the knee. She began to stitch. Her hands moved slowly, carefully. Not because the work was hard, but because time felt fragile, like it might break if she hurried. Mira had known for months. The doctors never said it directly, but their eyes did. The sickness inside her was spreading faster than medicine could stop it. She had stopped asking how long she had. Instead, she had started preparing for mornings she wouldn't see. Her husband worked in another city. Money was scarce. There was no one else to notice. Small things, snitched buttons, torn hems, socks with holes. So Mira stitched. Each pull of the thread felt like a quiet promise. He will go to school neatly. He will not feel different. He will not be reminded of me too quickly. She paused to cough, pressing a hand to her mouth, then continued. She did not want to wake him. Children should not hear their parents breaking in the dark. As she worked, memories stitched themselves into her thoughts. The first time he wore this shirt, it had been too big. He had complained that the collar scratched his neck. She had laughed and folded the sleeves. "Ma," he had said, "will you come to school tomorrow?" "I'll always come," she had replied without thinking. Tonight, that promise hurt. She finished the shirt and moved to the trousers, reinforcing the torn knee. Her fingers trembled not from fear of death, but from fear of absence. Who would remind him to drink water? Who would scold him for not finishing his food? Who would sit beside him when he had a fever and pretended to be brave? She tied the final knot and cut the thread. Then she folded the clothes neatly and placed them beside his school bag. Everything ready, Mira returned to the bed and sat beside her son. She didn't cry. Tears would only make it harder to breathe. Instead, she spoke softly, knowing he couldn't hear her. "When you wake up, I won't be here," she said. "You might think I've gone somewhere. That's okay. Let them tell you that." She touched his cheek gently. "Be kind, eat properly, and don't worry if your clothes are stitched. Well, I did that before leaving." Her son stirred slightly and murmured, "Ma." Her heart stopped. "Yes," she whispered. "I like the blue shirt," he said sleepily. "Wear it tomorrow." Mira smiled, tears finally escaping. "I will," she said. In a different way, before dawn, the house grew still. The morning came quietly. Her son woke up to unfamiliar voices, two hands that weren't hers. Confusion filled the room. Someone hugged him. Someone said words he didn't understand. But when it was time to get dressed, he found his clothes waiting clean, stitched, perfect. He wore them to school that day. Years later, he would remember many things about his mother, her voice, her warmth, her patience. But one memory would return again and again, that his clothes were always stitched, even on the day she left. Because a mother doesn't stop taking care of her child when she knows she is dying. She simply works quietly through the night, sewing love into seams, preparing a world where her child can wake up and continue even when she is no longer there to say good morning. And sometimes the strongest goodbye is not spoken, it is stitched.